Welcome back to Crownline Reviews, the channel where tomorrow's cars get broken down today. If you're into bold luxury, cutting-edge tech, and SUVs that flex power without saying a word, you're in the right place. And trust me, you'll want to stay till the end for this one because BMW has just pushed the envelope in a big way. Today, we're diving into the all-new 2026 BMW X8 SUV, BMW's most ambitious luxury SUV yet. This sits above the X7, targets rivals like the Mercedes-Maybach GLS, Range Rover SV, and even nudges into Bentley Bentayga territory. The X8 isn't here to blend in, it's here to dominate the conversation. Let's start right at the back because that's where the X8 quietly shows how different it is. The rear design is clean, wide, and ultra-modern. Slim LED tail lamps stretch across the tailgate, joined by a full-width light bar that gives the X8 a futuristic glow at night. The bumper is sculpted, not bulky, with subtle aerodynamic elements and integrated exhaust styling that keeps things premium rather than aggressive. Compared to the X7, the rear feels lower, wider, and more coupe-inspired, closer in vibe to a BMW XM, but more elegant and less controversial. Now moving along the left side, the X8's coupe SUV DNA becomes obvious. The roofline slopes smoothly toward the rear without killing headroom, which is something BMW has clearly obsessed over. Frameless doors instantly elevate the luxury factor, while flush door handles keep the body clean and aerodynamic. Massive wheels expected to range up to 23 inches fill the arches perfectly, giving the X8 serious road presence. Park this next to an Audi Q8 or even a Range Rover Sport, and the X8 looks longer, sleeker, and more intentional. Sliding over to the right side, the story stays consistent. Strong shoulder lines run the length of the body, giving it a muscular stance without looking overdone. BMW has worked hard on airflow here. Redesigned mirrors, hidden air channels, and underbody management all help reduce drag and wind noise. That means better efficiency and a quieter cabin at highway speeds, something ultra-luxury buyers absolutely care about. Before we head inside, quick pause. If you're enjoying this deep dive so far, tap that like button, subscribe to Crownline Reviews, and turn on notifications. It seriously helps the channel, and you'll never miss these next-gen luxury breakdowns. Now let's step into the cabin because this is where the X8 really separates itself. Inside the 2026 BMW X8, it feels less like an SUV and more like a high-end executive lounge on wheels. Materials are on another level. Expect options like premium merino leather, sustainable leather alternatives, open-pore wood, brushed aluminum, and crystal-finish controls that catch the light just right. Ambient lighting wraps around the cabin with customizable themes, letting you switch from calm and elegant to sporty and dramatic in seconds. The dashboard is dominated by BMW's curved panoramic display, a seamless blend of a fully digital instrument cluster and a massive central infotainment screen. Running the latest BMW operating system, it's quicker, cleaner, and smarter than before. Voice commands feel natural now. You can speak like a human instead of memorizing robotic phrases, adjusting navigation, climate, music, and driving modes effortlessly. Gesture control is back too, and this time it actually works the way you expect. Rear seat comfort is where the X8 quietly flexes on its rivals. These aren't just back seats, they're executive-level thrones. Reclining functionality, heating, ventilation, and massage features come standard on higher trims. In certain configurations, the X8 offers a 4-seat layout that turns the rear into a first-class experience, complete with a center console, touch control panel, and dedicated entertainment screen. Acoustic glass and active noise cancellation make the cabin whisper quiet, even at speed. Now let's talk engine and performance, because luxury doesn't mean boring here. The 2026 BMW X8 is expected to launch with a lineup of electrified powertrains, including high-output mild hybrid and plug-in hybrid options. Power figures should comfortably sit above the X7, delivering strong acceleration while keeping efficiency in check. BMW's latest xDrive all-wheel drive system constantly adapts to road conditions, giving you confidence whether you're cruising on the highway or dealing with rough weather. Adaptive air suspension comes standard, and it completely changes the personality of the SUV depending on how you're driving. In comfort mode, the X8 glides over broken roads like a luxury sedan. Switch to Sport, and everything tightens up, steering sharpens, throttle response improves, and body roll is kept impressively in check for something this size. Rear-wheel steering makes tight city maneuvers easier and adds stability at higher speeds, making the X8 feel far smaller than it actually is. Safety and driver assistance tech are exactly where you'd expect them to be, right at the top. The X8 packs advanced adaptive cruise control, lane centering, traffic jam assist, and automated parking that can be controlled remotely via smartphone. 360-degree camera system with 3D visualization makes parking stress-free, while predictive safety systems actively monitor surroundings and prepare the vehicle if a potential collision is detected. Connectivity is seamless. Over-the-air updates keep everything fresh, cloud-based navigation stays accurate, and personalized driver profiles automatically adjust seating, climate, lighting, and infotainment the moment you unlock the car. Add in a premium sound system delivering concert-level audio, and every drive feels like an event. Now let's talk price, because this is where expectations need to be realistic. The 2026 BMW X8 is expected to start well above the X7, likely landing in the ultra-luxury price bracket. Depending on configuration, trims, and hybrid options, pricing could easily push into territory occupied by the Maybach GLS and Range Rover SV. This is not a budget SUV, it's a flagship statement. But what's the verdict so far? The 2026 BMW X8 SUV isn't just another luxury SUV. It's BMW redefining what the top of their lineup looks and feels like. It blends presence with refinement, technology with comfort, and performance with sophistication. If you want something that stands above the X7 and challenges the elite names in the segment, the X8 is shaping up to be a serious contender. Drop a comment below. Would you take the BMW X8 over its rivals, or is another luxury SUV still on your dream list? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow Crownline Reviews, because part 2 is coming up next, and that's where things get even more interesting. As we move deeper into what makes the 2026 BMW X8 SUV special, it's important to talk about how this vehicle actually fits into real life, not just specs on paper. Because BMW didn't design the X8 to sit in a showroom and look pretty. This thing is built to be driven, experienced, and noticed. On the road, the X8 feels unapologetically confident. You sit high but not disconnected. The steering has weight when you want it and lightness when you don't. Compared to something like a Mercedes GLS, which leans heavily into comfort-first tuning, the X8 still feels like a BMW at heart. There's feedback, there's engagement, and there's a subtle reminder that this brand still cares about drivers, even in a full-size luxury SUV. Switch into sport mode and the transformation is immediate. The suspension firms up, throttle response sharpens, and the exhaust note subtly deepens, especially in the higher-performance hybrid variants. No, it's not trying to be an X5M, but for its size, the X8 moves with surprising urgency. Overtakes feel effortless, highway merging is smooth and confident, and long-distance cruising feels rock solid. Now let's talk practicality, because ultra-luxury doesn't mean impractical. The cargo space in the X8 is generous, even with that coupe-style roofline. BMW has clearly engineered the rear packaging smartly, so you're not sacrificing usability for design. Fold the rear seats and you've got enough room for weekend trips, airport runs, or even light business use. Compared to rivals like the Audi Q8, the X8 feels more versatile without losing its premium edge. One thing that really stands out is ride isolation. Road noise, tire hum, wind, all of it is dialed down to near silence. At highway speeds, conversations happen at whisper level. This is where the X8 starts to feel closer to a Range Rover SV than a traditional BMW SUV. And yet, it avoids feeling floaty or disconnected, which is a tough balance to strike. If you're the kind of buyer who cares about technology, the X8 is absolutely loaded. The head-up display is larger and more detailed than before, projecting navigation, speed, and driver assist visuals right onto the windshield. The digital instrument cluster adapts depending on driving mode, showing minimalist layouts in comfort and more performance-focused visuals in sport. Everything feels purposeful, not cluttered. And here's something subtle but important: the X8 doesn't overwhelm you with tech. It's advanced, yes, but it's also intuitive. BMW's interface philosophy is clearly maturing. Instead of burying features under endless menus, the system learns your habits. Seat positions, climate preferences, favorite routes, it all adapts over time. That's the kind of luxury you don't notice immediately, but you appreciate every single day. Quick check-in: if you're still watching and enjoying this breakdown, drop a comment with X8 below so we know you're part of the Crownline crew. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time. Part 4 is where we'll really shake things up. Back to the X8. From a design perspective, BMW has taken a more confident, less experimental approach compared to something like the XM. Where the XM went bold and polarizing, the X8 feels calculated, refined, and timeless. This is a vehicle designed to age well. 5 years from now, it won't look outdated, it'll still look expensive. Let's also talk about ownership experience, because that matters at this level. BMW is positioning the X8 as a flagship, which means priority servicing, concierge-style support in many markets, and enhanced digital services. Over-the-air updates don't just fix bugs, they add features. That means the X8 you buy today could actually be better a year from now. Fuel efficiency, especially in the plug-in hybrid versions, is another strong point. Short city trips can often be done in near-silent electric mode, while long highway journeys benefit from hybrid efficiency without range anxiety. Compared to traditional V8-powered luxury SUVs, this is a smarter, more future-ready approach without sacrificing performance. Now let's address the elephant in the room: competition. Against the Mercedes-Maybach GLS, the X8 feels more driver-focused and modern. Against the Range Rover SV, it feels more tech-forward and precise. Against the Audi Q8, it simply feels like it's playing in a higher league altogether. And while it may not carry the same badge prestige as a Bentley Bentayga, it delivers a shockingly similar level of refinement at a more approachable, though still premium, price point. This is where BMW has been clever. The X8 isn't trying to replace a Rolls-Royce. It's carving out its own space, a luxury SUV for people who want status, comfort, and innovation, but still enjoy driving. And that brings us to the emotional side of the X8, because cars like this aren't bought with logic alone. They're bought because of how they make you feel. Pulling up in an X8 sends a message. It says you value quality, technology, and confidence without needing to shout. So as we wrap up part 3, the picture becomes clearer. The 2026 BMW X8 SUV isn't just BMW's new flagship, it's a statement of intent. A signal that the brand is ready to compete at the very top of the luxury SUV world on its own terms. In the next part, we'll go even deeper: long-term value, ownership perspective, and whether the X8 is truly worth choosing over its ultra-luxury rivals. Make sure you're subscribed to Crownline Reviews, hit that like button if this video earned it, and share this with someone who's shopping in the luxury SUV space. This is Crownline Reviews, and we'll see you in the next one.